Hi everyone, welcome back to Carrie Kirby Creates. You're very welcome. And today's inspiring quote for today is, "Today is a new day." Now for today's video, I'm going to be working on my gel plate, my gel press. And this is the one that I'm using at the moment. And it's an 8x10 gel press. And the reason I got a large one is it just gives me the option of doing different size projects. And I like to be able to choose the size that I'm going to be working on. You know, I might not want to do a 5x7 or 6x6 or whatever. I can do them all on this. Now, what I've done is I put down my gel press and I put a piece of cardstock. It's just a piece of multi-technique cardstock, which is what I'm going to be working with, and it's the same size. And the reason I pop the piece of cardstock behind is that I can come along and use it as a guide for popping down the card overhead. So it's just a guide. So I'm coming in first with my worn lipstick and I'm going to create a nice background that I can use on a card. So I'm just going to pop that down, and also it means I can stay within the range of this card. You know, I'm not wasting ink elsewhere. And next the picked raspberry. Now I don't need to overlap them because that's what the brayer will come and do for me. It will even everything out. So it's a 6-inch brayer that I'm using. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up here on the top. Just swipe it across and gradually work my way down. And that'll give me a nice blend between the two shades. And now I'm going to come back and just work up. And if you're seeing these little pink patches, they're just on the cardstock underneath. They won't interfere with this project at all. Now, the next thing I want to do is, may seem a bit strange, but I'm coming in with my little moon. It's just a piece of acetate that I use for my moon that I cut out myself off of acetate years ago, and I've reused. And I'm popping that down there. And next thing I want to do is I'm using a few of my Lavinia Stamps. So they're the berry leaves, and this is it's thistle, isn't it? The Thistle Branch. So I'm going to come in with the Thistle Branch first. And I'm going to press that down. Now, what I'm doing with that is I'm going to be lifting some of the ink, hopefully, from my project. And I'm going to just press that down there on that tissue. Another piece here. Just taking my time. And again, stamping it off. Now next I'm coming in with one of my berry leaves. So I think I'm going to use the larger one of those. And I'm going to more or less do the same. Now, so I'm coming in with my piece of Multi-Techniques cardstock, and I'm going to use the smooth side. So I want to get my placement here correct, in line with the piece of card that's behind. And I want to just transfer that ink onto it. So I can get a nice print and create a nice background for my card. So let's see, and it's a good thing having it kind of over, can't really see there, but up here it's gone past the gel plate. It allows me to stick my hand in behind, so I have a good grip of it. So I'm just going to lift that up, and this is what I've got. So I'm quite happy with that. But the next thing I want to do is I'm going to lift this off, and I'm going to come in and just lightly spray it. And I'm going to pick some of this up because I don't want the water to be outside of the circle. But I'm going to come back in and I'm going to line that up again with the card behind, so I can see where it's going to end up. And hopefully I'll get a lighter shade there because some of the ink got picked up on my piece of acetate. So there you can see. Now it's not perfect. I'm not bothered about that. In fact, I quite like the effect that it has given. Yes, I'm quite happy with that. Now I could come back in, and I just might. Going to have to leave that dry obviously first, but there's still plenty of ink on this, and you can see it going down there again. So I'm going to use that. And I'm coming back in and I'm going to line that up again. And pull another print from it. And there we go. So yeah, quite pleased with that. So let me just clean away the stuff here now. So next I've come in with my stamping platform. And I'm going to just pop that into the corner. Put my magnets down. And I'm going to be using these two stamps by Lavinia. It's the Meadow Mushroom and Faith. And I want Faith to be there in the silhouette of the moon. But I want her also to be standing on top of this meadow mushroom. But first of all, I'm going to pick her up because I want to make sure that I get the mushroom in the right place. And I'm going to ink her up in the Versafine Clair in Twilight. It's that lovely deep navy blue colour. Yeah, quite happy with that. So I'm just going to wipe her off and come in with my mushroom. So I just want to make sure that the tip of Faith's toe is on the mushroom. You know, I don't want there to be kind of a gap between it or it just won't look right. So yeah, I can even place that to the side a little bit there. I think that looks good. So we'll come and pick that up. And I'm going to ink my meadow mushroom up in the Versafine Clair in the Rainforest. I think that these colours will look nice at the background. I am not finished with the background yet either. Just like the idea of having a few different colours, variations with the stamps. That they're not always in the Monarch as much as I do like the silhouette stamps in the black. It's just nice to do something different now and again. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So the next thing I want to do is, like I said, I'm not finished with the background. I'm going to pop the meadow mushrooms onto my little acrylic block. Just clean it there. Now, and with that same ink, the Rainforest, I'm going to just ink it up by hand. And I'm using, let's see how I'm going to go about this. Just using a piece of paper and I'm going to stamp it off. Here, hold on, that didn't go on too well. I'm going to stamp it off once and then I'm just going to come in here. I'm going to actually remove it from this. Should have done that to begin with. And a few second generation mushrooms there. I just want to put them there so that I can get the top of the mushroom without getting the stem everywhere, if you know what I mean. Just to make it look like the little head is behind here and there. Yeah. And next I'm coming back in with one of the background stamps. It's a berry leaves stamp, and I want to just pop that down there, and I'm using the Shady Lane, which is a lighter kind of a green colour. Whoops. And I want to pop some of that in between the mushrooms, just to fill up that background. I already have that leaf in the background with the negative image. They're beautiful, them. Really like them. Because I want to fill up the base of this, make it look fussy, you know. Just one more there, I think. Let's see. Yeah, it kind of makes it look like the mushrooms now are gone behind, which is, it's what I wanted. Yeah, happy with that. So next I want to come back up, do a bit more with the top of it. So I'm coming in with my Thistle Branch, and that acrylic block isn't going to be big enough. Just going to pop it down on the larger acrylic block. And let's see, what colour do we want there? I've decided to give in and use the Nochturn. I'll try it and see anyway. And I know these aren't super crisp images. That's not what I'm looking for on this project. You know, I want that just kind of, what word am I looking for? A bit kind of hit and miss. which is what I'm getting. But yeah, I'm happy with that. That's what I want. Otherwise, I would use the stamping platform. And if I want, look, I can come back in and go over that piece and just mix it all up. Let's see. Looks like a hot mess, but it'll come together in the end. Yeah, I might put a piece down the side here. Let's see. And there we go. So next I'm coming in with this. It's like a script writing. I think it's in French. It's one that I got there not so long ago on Temu. And I want to ink that up again in the Nochturn. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just parts of it I would like to be perfect. Let's see where, yeah. I'm going to come in a little bit, I think, there. Popping my lid back on the ink. And yeah, might just put another little bit down further. Let's see. Just that little bit there. Yeah. Now coming in with my white pen, because I want to just kind of outline the moon a little bit where I feel it's getting a little bit lost. Didn't want that in her leg there, but look. Just kind of roughly outlining the edge of it there, just to make it pop that little bit more again. And yeah, I think that that's okay for now. So I'm going to just come in and pick out a few of the little white bits as well along the mushrooms. Not all of them, just the, I guess this little main one here. And maybe in around her wings as well, just there on the tops. And next I want to trim this card down. So I'm going to use, let's have a look at the cards. So I've just used a piece of A4, and that's a hammered 300 GSM cardstock, which I've scored and folded. So I want to cut this down so that I can mat and layer it over. So mostly it's just the top part and a little piece off the side. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut that down. So I've gone ahead and done that. So what I want to do next is just go and finish the edges of this. So for that, I'm going to come in and I'm using that Monarch, that lovely purple. And I'm getting a purple, one of my brushes. I'm going to ink it up. And I know I've got this white patch, but that'll get filled in. Just going to come in, ink up the edges. And I'm just hitting all along the edge with that. Just bringing it in a bit more there on the top because I don't like that line, the transition between the pink and the purple, and I prefer that now. That's much nicer, I think. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. So let's see. And I want to see if I can create some other bit of interest back here. I'm loving this part of the moon. This part I don't like. There was a nice part up here. Some of it is covered in. I like that you can still get this negative area around in patches, even under the writing. What I'm using is just a clean baby wipe. And I'm just going to try it. It may not work. I'm going to dab it here and there. Because as you know, the Distress inks are water reactive anyway. And yeah, I can see that's coming out. It'll take a few minutes, but it will work. I can see it. I could have come in with something a bit wetter and it would have been a lot faster, but I don't want to damage it. That's just kind of an easier way of going about it, I guess, for want of a better word. Let's see. Yeah, I can see that happening. That plain piece is gone now. You're kind of getting this white, and that'll keep working because it's still wet. So I'm going to leave that work away and then I come back and I'm going to mount it on my card base. In the meantime, actually, I might just come in and do a few more bits with this white pen here. Just here and there. So I'm just going to pop some double-sided tape down there. And today's project has been fun. I've enjoyed this a lot. So that should just frame it nicely. I think the bit of white behind gives it a nice contrast. Yeah, I'm very pleased with that. So I've just decided I'm going to come in with my water pen, and any of you that have watched me before knows it's just some perfect pearl that's in there mixed with water. And I'm going to go back around just the edge of that moon because I'm kind of not happy with the finish of it. See, I'll actually put my moon down there so that I can use it as a guide. Where are we? Here. Now. At least I know now I'm getting it in the correct place. Let's see here. Just gives it a little bit of glimmer. And yeah, I'm happier with that now. I don't know if the light is catching it or what. The lights aren't great. It's a very bad day out here today, and hopefully you're getting that. I'm gonna pop a little bit again on the, just on her wings. And around the edges of those mushrooms. Yeah. So I've had great fun making this card today, and I hope you've enjoyed watching too. And thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you all have a great day.